Hey friends, Joe the Farmer here, and we are here with our second installation of our crusty, nasty, disgusting Ford Explorer. This is a 2005 Ford Explorer XLT. It's four-door, has a 4.0 V6. It hasn't run in at least 3 years that we know of. It's been sitting under a tree. It has this horrible coating of just nastiness on there, but right now the first thing we need to do is see if we can get it to start. I have some new struts to put under the hood. The hood won't stay open, so that's just gonna be a nightmare getting in and out, trying to replace the battery. So we're gonna go ahead and put new struts on there to keep the hood up while we're working on it. Second thing we'll have to do is we're gonna have to go ahead and start cleaning out a lot of, there's some bird nests and some nasty stuff in here. This is really not supposed to be in your radiator. Getting rid of all that stuff, that's gonna be important. And you know, if we do get it started, it's a fire hazard, and really it's just kind of not fun to work around. I'll inspect the belts, the hoses, just really kind of get an eyeball on this thing. And then one of the other things I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I put some fuel stabilizer in the fuel. This is old gas. It has about 1/3 of a tank of gas. I put a jump pack on there just to kind of see what's on the instrument cluster. 1/4 of a tank of gas. So I put some fuel stabilizer in there about a couple hours ago, and that should at least help get some of the moisture out of it. But I'm also going to put about 5 gallons of fresh non-ethanol gas in there and some seafoam just to run through the system. And you know, we're going to kind of do this as we, you know, you're going to do this with us. It's a team effort, so thanks for coming along with us. We're going to get to work. We have to do that, and then we'll just do some of the easy stuff like change the air filter and just, you know, some of the very simple stuff, right?
Yes.
All right, my buddy Clay's here with me. I don't know if you can see him or not because he's so little. He's going to help me do it. He's going to learn how to do all this, you know, manly wrenching on cars and see if we can't get this crusty old Ford Explorer looking like a top again. I remember seeing this vehicle come home when it was brand new. A friend of mine actually bought it, and he drove it for a long time, and then my sister bought it from him. She drove it for a while, and then it just sat under a tree for a while because she just didn't need it. It's never going to be what it was 16 years ago. This thing's old, but you know, maybe it'll be a good looking truck to ride around the farm with and something that the kids can learn how to drive with. Anyway, looking forward to getting to work and getting this thing going. So let's see what we can get done today. Struts, because it's going to be annoying.
Spiders.
Well, the air filter looks pretty clean.
Absolutely.
Which him fighting like 100 spiders would not go well for him.
That's a pretty good sign. We had a visitor, Guido. Nosy neighbors.
Certified onlooker.
So you've seen us blow off the engine bay. There was a huge nest of stuff. I have no idea what it was. Guido thinks it looked like corn stalks, so maybe it lived in a cornfield. We don't know, but I put the new battery in. I haven't put the shroud back on there. I just want to kind of make sure that everything works. The dome light has come on, but I'm going to go and check the oil, make sure the oil level looks good, and kind of go from there. So this will tell you how good the coolant is.
Is that good?
That's great. Coolant's fine. Not too bad.
Where's it sitting at?
So protect down to about
-10, -12?
Yeah, about -10 degrees, and then it will protect up to a temperature of almost 262. So it needs to be replaced, but for starting this thing out in the middle of a field, I think we're okay. It doesn't smell like antifreeze or anything though, so that's good. It's full though. So We got that going for us. So Clay has a little poll going here with the percentages this is going to work. So let's talk about real quickly what we've done. We've checked the air filter. The air filter is crystal clear. I mean, it looks like a new air filter. So there's nothing that has to be done there. We've checked the oil. It needs to be changed. We know that. The battery's putting power to the interior lights and everything, so that's fine. Coolant looks good. The belts and hoses seem to be okay. Let's put it this way. If this was like a 454 Chevelle or something, I don't think we'd be starting this. We probably would pull the spark plugs out, spray fogging oil in the cylinders, and do all the different stuff you're supposed to do. But given that this is a ratty old Ford Explorer, what do you think?
I'd say give it a try.
Grin it and bear it? What do you all think? Leave a comment, tell us what you think we should do. We're gonna sit here and debate it, and then we'll come back and let you know what we decided. There are a bunch of buzzards up there, so maybe that's an ominous sign. I don't know.
Do I say a prayer?
This is a small car for. There we go.
Hey, at least that works.
For the time being.
Nothing. So back to the drawing board. Okay, as is all things in the country, we had multiple men come by and look at it and poke at it. So what we think is probably the issue is it's probably a bad starter. The starter has sat for 3+ years, so it could be rusted on the inside and just kind of seized up. I mean, if that's the case, that's not bad, because that's a pretty cheap part. As we kind of dig into this thing, I mean, as I've shown you all, it's rough looking. I mean, there is grime and dirt and all kinds of nasty stuff all over it. You have to kind of see the diamond in the rough here, that if this stuff will clean off, we want this to be a farm truck. It's not going to be, you know, something you want to drive to a business meeting and impress your boss. All of this stuff,
It's gonna have to go.
it's on there.
But the back doesn't look that bad.
No, I mean, it was a good car. Leather seats, that will clean up. All the interior will clean up. The headliner's not falling down. And there's spider webs everywhere.
But that's easy to clean up.
Yeah. You know, has a tow hitch on already. These struts back here are in good shape. They're holding just fine, so this door is not collapsing on you. There's really no rust on it at all. I mean, there's a couple mounts under the hood that have some rust on them, but, you know, a lot of this is superficial stuff. But all this crusty stuff right here, if we can get that off, if we can get a heavy-duty cleaner on this thing, this could really start to kind of pull together, and that is kind of our goal. We know nothing about the brakes. We know nothing about the master cylinder, how that is. We know it needs new tires. These tires are in bad shape. Not suitable for highway at all. But other than that, I think there's a really good opportunity to make this thing a pretty cool little ride. I think we'll end this video here. We did the air filter. We put fresh fuel in it. We put some fuel treatment in there. We'll hopefully treat the tank. Once we get started, I'm expecting it to run rough for a little while just to burn some of that old kind of nasty stuff out. And then, you know, before we really start to wash it and clean it and bring it back to life, I'm going to make sure it runs, because I don't want to wash it, basically a junk car. It's kind of pointless. Who knows? Maybe we'll get this thing running, and it may not be today, may not be tomorrow, but I think we can do it. Thank you for coming along, and subscribe if you haven't down there on the left-hand side, because we're going to keep this thing going until we hopefully get it turned over. I think it's going to start. It's just a matter of when. So appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the farmer. We out.